Well, today is my birthday. Today I'm 24 years old, and guess what? I'm still not rich, I'm still not successful, neither famous. And you might think, what a silly way to start a video. And honestly, when I hear me say it out loud, I also think, what a silly and stupid things to say. But let me explain myself. I believe as children, all of us, or most of us, believed and knew that, success is an inevitable thing for us, that we are totally going to be rich and successful. And when I was 5 years old, I kind of promised half of my family that I will buy everyone a new house and a new car because I'm the one who's getting rich. I'm the one who's getting successful. I'm the main character. And today I'm 24 years old. And honestly, no big change happened. Like, no big success happened, no big achievement really. And that makes me wonder if this idea of being main character, believing that you are the one who is going to, go big, is it really a good idea? Or maybe it just leaves us with disappointment and really is not the best thing we should follow. Before you think, oh my god, girl, 24 years old, what are you bragging about? Like, there is a whole life ahead of you and you are sitting here and saying nonsense. I kind of agree with you, but I want to stop you right there. I think that this year's birthday is somehow special for me because my mom had me at 24 years old. Like, she was 24 years old, same age as I am today, and she had a whole new baby. She gave me life, for which I'm forever grateful. And don't get me wrong, through this video I am very, very thankful for my life and I love it, and I don't want to, this video to seem like I'm just, I don't know, complaining on not becoming famous someone. But still, reaching the age mark when my parents got me is kind of a confirmation that I really grew up. I'm a grown-up woman. I'm just like my parents and I can compare myself to them. So it's really, really different feeling, different birthday today. So that's why I decided to film this video to, first of all, cheer myself up, and the second of all, to talk about this idea of being a main character. Is it good? Is it not? So without further ado, let's start. By the way, my name is Katya. Here on this channel I talk about how to maintain work-life balance even if you work in a creative field. So I talk about design and also about everything that bothers me as a human being on her, creative path. So welcome. The main inspiration for this video was the film Fight Club. I believe everyone knows that film. It's super popular. I think I don't even need to explain what is that film about. But the interesting thing that I watched this video several times when I was a teenager, then several years ago, and I never really was impressed by it. I thought, yeah, great film, interesting ending, handsome Brad Pitt. But I don't know why, but this year I rewatched it and this film totally amazed me. I don't know, I just listened to it differently. Maybe I was looking at it from different perspective. I don't know what happened really, but I was obsessed with that film. I was obsessed so much that I've really even ordered a book and read it like in 2 days. So I wanted to start this video with words that are probably the most famous ones, but still I guess they describe my feelings today so well that I just can't help myself. So I would like to read them. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy what we don't need. We are the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd be all millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't, and we are slowly learning that fact. But the interesting thing that it's not that rich, issue that bothers me, even though I think that being wealthy must be a great feeling, very freeing feeling when you can afford yourself everything you want or need. But I often think about this fame issue, about being famous. And honestly, I think a lot of people want to be famous. And on top of that, in my opinion, especially creatives and artists, I think that creative person is more likely, to long for being famous, for validation, for extra recognition. And it makes me wonder why it's the way it is. Why do we want to be famous? Not everyone, of course, but why most people want to be, recognizable. And I've come to understand that it's probably our greatest fear, to be forgotten. And fame kind of lets you not to be forgotten, because you have this illusion that someone will remember you, someone will think of you. It's probably the most people's fear to, disappear without anything left after you, to not be remembered by someone or for something, to never leave some footprint that you really existed, you were here. I think some people cope with it by creating a family, so they can last in their children, so they can be remembered by their family. And some people want to be remembered by their career. I don't remember who said that, but I definitely heard it in my university classes, that architect really builds himself a memorial on someone else's money. Architect continues to live in his building, so he leaves something after himself. There are a lot of ways of being remembered, and being famous is one of the ways. And that's why I think deep inside we all want to be the main character, because we want to, deserve this right to be remembered, to be someone special, someone who is worth remembering. But here's a little problem. If someone is a main character, then obviously there has to be a side character. Then which am I? Am I the main one or the side one? And here we start to compare ourselves to each other. I believe that, of course, in the past people also compared themselves to each other, but it was in a much smaller scale. Nowadays, we can compare ourselves to literally everyone in the world, like literally everyone. You go on Instagram and here those are main characters. I truly think that this inadequate comparison is the source of misery for many, many young people. And I don't know about you, but I can speak for myself that when I see teenagers that are millionaires on social media, or movie stars, supermodels, huge influencers that are way younger than me, well, I start to compare myself to them. And I don't feel like I'm, the main character anymore. For example, watching this year Olympics, it was great. I love watching hardworking people achieve their goals. That's really great and inspiring. But not gonna lie, when you see 16, 17, 18 years old athletes who achieve goals that are like the highest achievement in their career, it is mind-blowing. And even though I never really wanted to be an athlete, and I know that behind those winnings and this success is a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice, still it makes me just wonder, am I on the right track? And that's why I sometimes think that even though this main character idea is often used with good intentions, sometimes can be really depressing. Dividing world into main characters and side characters is not always an inspiration. But when this pessimistic wave hits me, there is one thing that helps me to stay grateful for the life I have. And this thing is history. I'm a huge history lover. I discovered that about myself around 3 years ago, and I really enjoy history, reading, discovering some stories, and I guess that history puts everything in a perspective. And you know, perspective is a great tool for staying thankful and for humbling yourself sometimes. When you look at things in your life with perspective, you know, you understand that, well, I have a great life actually. And I know many therapists would say that no, you should not compare your life to other people's lives, and it's not okay to make a contest of who has worse troubles and problems, and I agree with that. But still, sometimes remembering how people lived like 2 centuries ago, how women lived 1 century ago, it blows my mind. And actually, it makes me really grateful for 21st century. And that's the main point of this video that I wanted to share with you, that really we live at the best time possible. Honestly, just think about it. And I know that our world is far away from being perfect, but still, right now is the best that we managed to achieve. Like, really, we have technology, we have food for our survival in the supermarket, we live longer. Honestly, we live longer. We have a lot of perks of living in modern times, and I think that we should really use it. I guess in the past people could not afford themselves to, you know, live ordinary life. Maybe they did not have problems we have nowadays, like I said, comparison, globalization, so on and so forth. But still, I guess that life was way harder than our life is. I really think that we should appreciate it, because nowadays, even if you are not famous, you live ordinary life, your life is still great. That's why I think we should normalize a normal, ordinary life. You know, we should be really grateful for the opportunity to have weekends. You know, I know it may sound silly, and of course it's great to aim for something better always. But again, not everyone can be a movie star, you know? Not everyone can be a huge influencer, and there is no real need for it. So many people make our world a better place every day on normal jobs. Like, we need people who ride our buses. Big surprise, we need them. We need teachers, not to mention, of course, people who work in hospitals, doctors. There are so many professions and so many jobs that make our world a better place, and those people are not famous. And I think that's why there are no main characters and no side characters. We are not in a book. And after all, if someone wants to be famous, that's great also, you know, someone has to do it. I think that my generation has to remember that not every time, if you did not achieve success in your 20s, that means you will never achieve it. We really never know where our path will take us. And I guess that is right, that we have to trust the process. You know, that saying, enjoy the journey, not the destination, or it's about journey, not about the final result. I guess it's right. Let's enjoy our life in 21st century. Let's enjoy the possibility of living an ordinary, beautiful life, and not be too harsh on ourselves, because I guess we are. My last video reached 2,000 views, which is crazy for me and a huge number for me, and I'm just overwhelmed about it. But that also shows me that right now the majority of my audience are probably creatives and designers and artists. And you know, guys, we really tend to be really critical about ourselves. So let's not be, let's not. So that was pretty much all I wanted to say today. Thank you so much for listening and for watching this video. I bought myself a birthday present that was this microphone, so I hope the quality of this video is better and you hear me better. I would be super glad if you left a comment with your thoughts on the topic. What do you think about being a main character? Does it inspire you, or maybe otherwise? Maybe it depresses you? Let me know, and yeah, see you soon. Goodbye. Happy birthday, dear Katya. Happy birthday to you.